So, you want to prove you're a top-tier cloud security professional? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're cracking the code on one of the industry's most important certifications, the Microsoft AZ-500 for Azure Security Technologies. All right, here's the game plan. We're going to start with what the AZ-500 even is. Then, we'll take a peek inside the exam blueprint. I'm going to throw a few sample questions your way for a quick reality check. After that, we'll talk about the smart way to prepare and finally map out your direct path to getting certified. So let's kick things off with the big question. What exactly is this AZ-500 exam all about? Okay, so first things first, the AZ-500 is not just some pop quiz. It's a hands-on practical test of your actual ability to lock down a real Azure environment. It's really the gold standard for proving you can handle everything from user identity and access all the way to protecting the data and applications running in the cloud. Now, to really get a handle on the AZ-500, we've got to look under the hood. The whole exam is actually built around 4 core domains of expertise. Let's break them down. These 4 pillars, they're the heart and soul of the exam. You've got identity and access. That's all about securing users with tools like Microsoft Entra. Then there's platform protection, which is about hardening your VMs and storage. Next up, security operations, where you're using tools like Defender for Cloud to spot weaknesses, and Microsoft Sentinel to handle threats. And finally, data and applications, which focuses on things like encryption. The key takeaway here is that these aren't just random topics. They are literally the day-to-day job of an Azure security engineer. And this right here, this is probably the most important thing to remember. The AZ-500 is designed to make you think like a real security professional. You're going to face some pretty complex situations and have to make tough judgment calls. Just memorizing a bunch of definitions? Yeah, that's not going to cut it. So just how tough are we talking here? Well, let's find out. I'm going to flash 3 sample questions on the screen. Don't worry about knowing the answer right now, just get a feel for the kind of problems you'll need to solve. Okay. Take a look at this one. It's not just asking what's a group. It dives deep into the specific configuration options. You're presented with a very particular scenario, and you have to pick the one precise action that solves the problem. It's all in the details. And how about this one? This is a classic platform protection scenario. It's all about network traffic and firewall rules. To even have a chance at this, you'd need real practical knowledge of how to configure networking and security components in Azure to work together. Again, it's not theory, it's application. And for our last one, this question hits on security operations. See how it asks what you should do first? The exam is full of these little nuances. You're not just finding a correct answer, you're finding the best or most logical answer based on a specific requirement, which sometimes comes down to knowing how different service tiers work. So, how did that feel? If those questions seemed a bit intimidating, hey, that's completely normal. They are designed to be challenging. And that brings us to the most important part of this whole thing. How in the world do you prepare for that level of difficulty? Let's talk strategy. When you're facing an exam like the AZ-500, trying to find shortcuts is, well, it's a recipe for disaster. What you really need is a smart, solid strategy. On one side, you've got these so-called exam dumps. This is the risky path. All you're doing is memorizing answers without understanding why they're correct. It's a total dead end. It doesn't build skills, and it could even get your cert revoked. But on the other side, you have high-quality practice simulators. This is where the real learning happens. They mimic the actual exam, they build applied knowledge, and they teach you how to think through problems, which is the whole point. And when we talk about quality simulators, one of the best out there is certification-exam.com. Their AZ-500 tool has a huge database of over 490 questions that are constantly being updated, so you're not studying stale material. It's got different modes for practicing and for simulating the real exam, and you can access it all online or even on their mobile app. You can literally study anywhere.
Which brings us right to the finish line. You know what the exam is about, you've seen how tricky it can be, and now you know the right way to prepare. It's time to put it all together.
Look, don't gamble with your certification. Your path to becoming a certified Azure security expert is right there in front of you. Get ready with the best tools you can find. I strongly recommend you head over to certificationexam.com and check out their AZ-500 online simulator and mobile app. It's the smartest way to start building the confidence and skills you absolutely need to pass. So I'll leave you with this. Passing the AZ-500 is about so much more than just a piece of paper. It's about validating your expertise and kicking open new doors in your career. The only real question left is, are you ready to prove your skills?